What's going on, guys? It's Swanson here, bringing you another how to create on the channel. If you have anyone you want me to create, leave it down below and I will add them to the never ending list. This is how you create Batman in WWE 2K25. So let's get straight into it. And we're going to go straight to the head. We're going to go on masks. And you're going to go right down to the bottom until you find this mask here. This is the Batman mask. There's a couple that look like this one, but I'll leave it on the screen for a little second. It's on the all section. It's next to Vader's mask, but yeah, you want to select this as your headpiece or your mask. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put it black, and it's just going to go jet black as well. I did play around with the materials, but they go too like black. But yeah, there is your headpiece right there. The next thing you're going to do is go on head accessories. And just next to Darth Maul's horns, we're going to add these here. As you can see, they add the horns to his mask perfectly. They are the Batman ones, and we're obviously just going to match it black so it blends in with the helmet. There we go. Next thing we're going to go is upper body. The next thing we're going to go on is outfits, and we're going to pop this one on him here. We're going to go into the generic section and pop that. There are lots of different ways you can create them, but I really like this version, sort of like the Christian Bale version. But yeah, we're going to pop this on them, and you're going to put every single colour part black. There we go, all black. Boom, that just basically gives him the base layer for his outfit. The next thing you're wanting to go on is lower arm left or lower arm right. It doesn't really matter what one you do first. We're going to go along to the large section, and we're just going to follow the left hand side and go down until you find these. So there is his sort of wrist or forearm sort of things. I can't remember what they're called. If you know what they're called, leave it in the comments below. And we're just going to pop them all black. Now when you've put them all black, as you can see, there is a weird outline. I swear that wasn't there before. So if you go and add image and just place a square over the whole thing, and obviously just put it black, it will cover it. It's a little bit of an annoying feature that you have to do. But yeah, if you just pop it black, as you'll be able to see when we move it, or just expand it all the way to this highest thing, the color disappears and it blends right in. So just make sure that you've got it over the whole thing, as sometimes, yeah, I think you might need to pop 2 logos on it just to get that little bit there, which is a little bit of an annoyance, but you want it to be perfect. So yeah, go ahead and do that. Make sure you've popped another rectangle on it or whatever. Just to, oh shit. Make sure you pop that black. Just to make sure the things blend in. There we go. So now it's all black. So do all of that bit for the right one. So yeah, once you've got all black, as you can see, just go on the right one and copy it over. And there we go. We've got 2 perfect forearm things. Next thing we're going to go on is hand left or hand right. It doesn't really matter what one. And we're going to add his gloves. Now if you scroll down on the all section, this is the glove you're wanting to put on. There are lots of different ones, but this one has sort of like a little pattern to it on the knuckles, as you can see. So it just adds a little bit extra texture. Now you can just keep it the grey and the black that it normally comes in, because you've got to play around with the colours in this one, because the things that we've put on the wrist they're all different sort of shades of black. So yeah, you really need to play around with the colours, but yeah. So the next thing you want to go on is upper arm left or upper arm right. It doesn't really matter what one you do. And just stay on the all section. If you go down to these shoulder pads, we're going to pop these on them. And we're just going to put them all black. But like I said, you're going to play around with the colours, because they're all different materials, as you will see. So it depends on how black you really want to make his costume. But yeah, it might need a little bit of tweaking. But yeah, just copy whatever one you do to the left or right. And there we go. We've got his shoulder pads. Now if you go on torso accessories to the all section, you can add this beast chest plate to him, which I think just gives him a little bit thing. You can obviously experiment and go for different things, but obviously that makes him look a little bit like Iron Man. But yeah, I went for this single breastplate because I thought it was perfectly fitting for Batman. But yeah, just go ahead, pop that all black as well so it blends in with his surroundings. You might have to play around with the material on this one, depending on how you really want it. See, it goes sort of black, but it sort of shines. So if you go on material, let's experiment here. See, that's a bit too much black. Do you know what? I kind of like it that it's not full black. Like I said, you can play around with the colours, but yeah, let me know what ones you decide to pick. Alright, so we're done on the upper half. The next thing we're going to go on is the lower body. You're going to scroll down to belts. Now, there is two options you can decide from. So there is this one, which doesn't really look like Batman's thing in my opinion. It's got a good centerpiece, but I think the little bits at the side let it down. It doesn't really have any pockets. But if you scroll down to this one here, this more looks like Batman's, because it's got obviously all the pouches for his gadgets. But like I said, it's personal preference. You can put this, but I'm gonna pop this one on it because I absolutely love the ones with the pockets, because that's what he needs. He needs all the gadgets and stuff, you know. Now it's entirely up to you, but I've popped an image on it, and you can put it over the belt buckle and stuff. But I do like the color because obviously I can pop that all black, but you don't really see a lot of the detail. But it is still good at the same time. But I'm just gonna leave it just so you can at least see the belt buckle. And I've just added that image by accident. There we go. So yeah, like I said, personal preference. You can choose that one or the other one, and you can paint it, the single things different colors by adding images. Entirely up to yourself. Alright, next thing we're going to do is add his boots on him. Now, I just went for these ones. You can go for so many different ones. There's so many different black ones to choose from, as you can see. And it's just, I always give you the sort of the hint to put it on, but it's not final. You can obviously pick whatever one you really want, or what one you think. I'll just give you the example. But yeah, I went for these ones because they're pretty simple. And you know they did the job. You just want to obviously put everything black, the same sort of color scheme. But like I said, if you're gonna mix around with changing the material, you're gonna have to do that for every piece. Now I also added a knee pad on them as well. So if you go on the knee pad left or knee pad right, it doesn't matter, and scroll down to this one. Like I said, with the boots, there's a lot that you can pair them with. So yeah, I just went with this one, and obviously pop them all black. Yeah, like I said, you can play around with what looks better. It just gives them a little bit, you know, more detail towards the outfit. And we're just going to copy that one over. Now I actually went back and went on the elbow pad left or elbow pad right, doesn't matter what one you picked, and I put this on him. I thought it just added a little bit more detail. As you can see, his arm's quite exposed and it looks quite skinny. So yeah, I just popped that little detail on him there, just to, you know, sort of add a little bit to it. But you don't have to if you don't. You know, I'm just going to keep that the original color so it blends in with that. Yeah, we're just going to copy that over. Boom. There we go. Alright, so the last thing we're going to do is we're going to add his famous cape. So if you go on the jacket section and go along to the long bits, you'll find his cape down on the left hand side, just above Ric Flair's robe. And yeah, we're going to pop that on him. And obviously just pop it jet black. And boom, there we go. Obviously the colours are a little tiny bit off, because obviously you've got to play around with the material and stuff. You can add eyeshadow to his eyes, so I'll do that for just a second. So if you go on face paint, and if you go on these ones here, I'm pretty sure they're tailored for that mask. So yeah, just pop that black and black again. And once you come out, boom, there we go. Yeah, that looks better. But yeah, guys, that is how you create Batman in WWE 2K25. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did enjoy my creation, leave a like. Please hit the subscribe button as well. And like I said, play around with the colors and the belt and, you know, the chest piece yourself, because I will give you the creation, but I really like when people say like, oh, I changed this about it, thank you for the tutorial. But like, yeah, I decided to, you're right, I decided to, you know, do a darker black. That's what it's all about, creating it yourself. Obviously, you can go on community creations, you just download the best Batman, but if you do it yourself, you can add the details that you want. But yeah, like I said, leave a like if you did enjoy, leave a comment down below if you want me to try and create anyone. It'll join a long list of people that I've still got to create. Like I said, hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 25,000 subscribers. Help me get there, and I will catch you with another creation next time. Peace.